This is Christian Davis coming to you with another episode of Subscription Center. So everybody, this is the full moon interpretation in Aquarius for Leo season, everybody. So everybody, the full moon will occur from the 13th through the 15th of August. This full moon will occur Thursday morning. Thursday morning before noon, like around 10ish, 11 o'clock is when the moon will be in opposition with the sun. Like I said, and then, ranging from the 13th through the 15th, they're technically still the full moon. It's just that, they're not exactly, like on the dot, in opposition as according to like the mathematics and numbers. So with a full moon in Aquarius, full moon in Aquarius is definitely a different moon. You know what I mean? It's a different full moon in the cycle that I feel is a little bit different from all the other moons that we'll experience in this transition. So with Aquarius, of course Aquarius is an air sign, an air fixed sign. So they're very very inside their own heads, and they have that mental capacity to really just decode and and to dissect things internally, and they internalize a lot. They're really big on cultivating their own perception. Aquariuses are known for their like a loaf nature, their nature to be a bit detached from being in and being present. That's one of their one of their key characteristics. But with an air sign and the deacon of fire after that cardinal sign. But Aquariuses, they have this nature to where they kind of bottleneck everything, and the more you try to sweep things under the rug, so the expression goes, the more you try to sweep things under the rug, the more that dirt begins to pile up, and it's like a big excess of emotion that floods out. The symbol of Aquarius is the water bearer. So you can either interpret that as them offering that ultimate that ultimate helping, and really just like coming back with bushels of water to supply people and to nourish people with. So you can see that as like an Aquarius kind of just coming out of their own, and really just coming back with these revelations, and really just coming back with these nuggets of wisdom to give back to people. Or you can see that as them doing what they do in bottling their emotions and carrying all that negative emotion, and not really expressing it and not really letting it out. So with this full moon in Aquarius, full moons are the peak in the lunar cycle. It's the time when the moon is in opposition with the sun, so it's facing the sun. It's it's looking towards the sun, and it's kind of taking it head on. Throughout different phases of the lunar phase, the moon's position in correlation to the sun definitely determines the relationship. So with it being in opposition, you've really come to this point where as the moon was building, and as it was in its waxing phase, you were definitely gaining in set of efforts. You were definitely making way and progress towards whatever your personal goals are. And now that you're at this peak, you're able to really reflect, and you're able to really look back on the situation and kind of just look at it with a bird's eye and see different aspects and see different concepts that you may not have picked up before. So with the full moon in Aquarius, you're definitely kind of in the habit, with a full moon in Aquarius in Leo season, you're definitely in the habit of kind of just like serving tea, like kind of just dishing it back to them, taking everything in, taking the concept, and taking the the details in, and kind of regurgitating that, and just slamming them with facts, pulling out the receipts kind of thing. So this full moon in Aquarius, you definitely you definitely in that nature of given what's owed and stuff like that. So with these transits, Mercury has left retrograde and has now, resided its normal orbit, leading back into Leo. Venus is also in Leo, straddling the, it may be just past or behind the sun. I know there was a conjunction, if not in the future, but that had happened recently. They're very close together, though. They're very close together. So Venus in Leo, Mars is also in Leo, Jupiter is still in retrograde in Sagittarius, Saturn in retrograde still in Capricorn, Uranus is still in retrograde in Taurus, Neptune in retrograde in Pisces, and then Pluto is still in retrograde in Capricorn. So with this Leo season, this full moon in this Leo season, you're definitely, you're definitely on the move, and you're definitely working with, an energy and, towards a cause, and, you're definitely aligned to your, to your intentions and stuff like that. So with this full moon in Aquarius, you've kind of, saying you've kind of taken in everything, that you need to take in, and you've kind of, come to this realization, come to this pivotal moment where, you're clear on what it is that, you're clear on your perception, and you're clear on, things that you weren't clear on before, and you're more exact, and you're more precise about, executing and moving forward. And, I'm sorry, my hair is still dripping, but, this, full moon in Aquarius will be during the morning time, and a full moon in the morning, is not necessarily typical, since the moon is most active at night. Full moon in the morning is, so it's just posing that opposition. You're kind of, staring at the beast in the mirror. You're really just reflecting, and you're looking back on everything as a whole, and how everything, may have proceeded in the past to get you to where you are now, and things of that nature. Because with this Venus and Leo, you know what I mean? And, this Venus and Sun conjunction, you're definitely, fighting for something bigger. You're definitely fighting for your heart's intentions, and, for your integrity. And it's definitely, allowing you to stand up for, the things that you believe in. And you're definitely, working with that energy of Venus in your, your heart and your emotion and your relationships, and, just that experience and just that emotional currency between, individuals. Mercury, leading behind Venus and the sun, is kind of like your backup. You know what I mean? You're receiving help from Mercury's, communicative and thoughtful nature, to where, if you may be in if you may be in a conflict, or you may be experiencing some, some negative emotions, that Mercury will definitely be, giving you that internal thought to, power you, to push you through whatever obstacle or whatever challenge is in your way. And with Mars preceding, the other three signs in the house in the zodiac of Leo, you're definitely seeing the deceit and the conflict ahead of your path, and you're definitely, stepping into the conflict. It may not be something you initiated, or it may not be something that you caused, but it may be something that's thrown at you, and it may be something that's placed in, in your way to, to better you, and to, further, exercise you and test your will. So, and then, with all the other elements, like, all these other planets in retrograde and stuff like that, things are just very, very, very fight or flight. You know what I mean? It's either, either or with, with this time period. Because, now that we're, coming out of Leo season, we're getting to that second half, or that bottom half of the cycle, where we begin to work towards things. Kind of that first half of the zodiac is kind of like, it's kind of like, you're riding it out. You're kind of riding out the rest of the year. You know what I mean? You get to that peak, which is, at that Gemini season, you get to that peak, and then you start to descend back down. And, once we lead into Virgo, which is kind of like, the grounding, principle, earth sign and everything, it's definitely, a time for you to, realize certain concepts, and realize what, what exteriors that, may be coming your way. So with this full moon in Leo, you're definitely just, you're really into getting the facts straight, and you're really into just setting up, any doubt, and, kind of just clearing it off the table. You're really just putting, your opinion, which you hold to a high standard, on the bargaining table. You're definitely, just communicating and, freely expressing, your opinions, and freely expressing your doubts, and, all these emotions that maybe holding you, or maybe, giving you power. So with full moons, you definitely need to take that time and accept that, and accept that accept your past, accept where you've been and how you got there, and accept how you're going to continue, and how you're going to grow and evolve and change from here. Because you're always supposed to be on the move, and you're always supposed to be re-innovating yourself, and you're always just supposed to keep it fresh. You don't ever want to get stuck in something for too long. So with this full moon, you definitely need to assess, and you definitely need to to think about some things internally, and really just get in touch with those deep dark secrets that you may try to hide from yourself, and liberate them, express them, exercise them, so that they turn into something positive, and that they can be transmuted into something positive, and that your struggle and whatever you went through may be a positive outlook for somebody, or maybe a positive representation for somebody coming up, or somebody not quite in your situation but experiencing something similar. So always remember to know where you are, know where your heart's at, and know where your intentions lie. Because once you align yourself with who you truly are, you begin to receive things, and you begin to align yourself to a path, and you begin to gain you begin to gain and make progress in life. So once again for this full moon in Aquarius, really just get back to square one, and kind of just take it back home, and really just align yourself with everything that everything that you may be holding back, or everything that you're not really willing to or ready to experience. Open up to that, and utilize it, and transmute that, and just be the best you can be. This full moon in Aquarius, like I said, will be beginning before noon on the 15th, that morning, Thursday morning. And we won't see it during the morning, but of course it'll be up in the nighttime sky. But like I said, just really get back to square one, and really just be the best you can be. So everybody, this is Christian Davis for Subscription Center for the full moon in Aquarius Leo interpretation. Everybody, thank you.
Hey, what's up, Urban Mystics? It's Unique Divination, and I am here with your full moon in Aquarius August 2019 reading. So the setup is a little bit different. I got a lot going on. I don't have time to prepare and do all the stuff that I like to do, set up and all of that. So I'm actually graduating with my master's degree this month. I'll be traveling from Delaware to Charlotte, North Carolina on Saturday, to graduate on this Saturday at the Spectrum Center. So if any of my supporters want to come out to see me graduate, please feel free to come. You are most welcome. It's an invitation for all, okay? So full moon in Aquarius is August 15th, I believe. And so what does that mean? What are we going to usher in? What are the vibes, right? What's going on underneath the full moon in Aquarius? So before we even get into that, I got to break down the zodiac sign for Aquarius. So that deals with inclusion. Aquarius is a mental kind of zodiac, kind of aloof, may not really be aware sometimes of what's going on in their physical surroundings, always thinking, always creating, a very high level thought process, right? And so the full moon, the energy that we should be ushering in from Aquarius is that high creative thought process, that high mental thought process. They think on a whole nother level, on a whole different paradigm than us regular folk out here, right? So let's use that energy, invoke that energy to get projects done, for school, relationships, just evaluating and reevaluating relationships, people, places, and things in our life. Let's look at it with the Aquarius mind, right? It's also a bird's eye view, so definitely looking at something from a different perspective. Aquarius likes to think about everybody. They're an inclusive type of zodiac sign. So if you've been selfish, um you know, in the past, or these past few days or these past few weeks, I recommend, I warrant you, I advise you to go ahead and use that energy, that Aquarius energy, which is inclusion. Kind of thinking about everybody when we make decisions, not kind of thinking about ourselves, thinking about how our decisions and actions affect the people around us, especially the ones that we love and the people that we work with, right? So let's make sure to keep our attitude good, stay positive, because people are watching, right? And they're absorbing your energy. All right, so these are my cards that I pulled for full moon in Aquarius. And so immediately, I'm just going to jump right into the tarot cards. I've got the 5 of Wands reversed and the Last Judgment reversed. So you're extremely hard on yourself, and these cards are telling you to stop it. Stop being hard on yourself. Stop judging. Stop being hard on other people. Stop judging other people. If we take that Aquarius mind, that high bird's eye view, you'll probably start to realize and understand why people do the things that they do, right? Because maybe you're not understanding, and instead of trying to find out, you're being quick to judge, to ridicule, to criticize, to blame. So take a step back. Let's look at it from a different perspective and stop judging, stop criticizing, and just let people be. Let people be. I think the criticism and the fear is coming for your lack of wanting to be who you are and your authenticity. So, instead of living in your truth, you're lashing out because you can. And it's just not right. It's just not right. At some point, you've got to move past that fear to be who you are. You can't keep, getting upset with people and getting mad because you're not living in your truth. Living your truth. And you can be just like everybody else that you're sitting up here criticizing and judging for being right? It's going to be real today, y'all. I ain't holding nothing back. Feed your spirit. Just as you feed your body, you need to feed your spirit, right? So exercise, dance, spending time with your family, your children, spending time with your significant other, whatever makes you happy. You like going to the beach? Do you like to cook? Do you like to sing? Do you need some time to just relax, right? And so think about your spirit as a separate but occupying entity that you have to be aware of, right? The more you feed your spirit, the stronger it becomes. And when your spirit is strong, your vibes are loud and clear. Don't be a psychic anorexic. Feed your spirit today. Feed your spirit. Whatever it is that your body, that you're yearning to do, that you're impulsively, your instincts, whatever your God-given talent is that you know that you have and you just don't act on it, you're going to have to, because literally it's going to come out of you like an impulse. Okay? Either it's going to come out and you criticizing and judging other people, or it's just going to come out in the wrong place, or time, The next card we have here is essential oil. Independence, trigger word. I am just like my mother or father, right? True statement. I am free to choose. You are ready to break free of the conditioning that has bound you so that you may continue your journey of healing and growth. This is an essential oil card. I'm sorry I didn't introduce it. And this is Petit Grain. And this represents independence. Okay? So that may be something that you want to work on. I am just like my blank. True statement. I am free to choose. You don't have to be like anybody. You can be like yourself. Right? We're going to jump next to Anya. Take a risk. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Man, I was just talking about it. You got to do what you got to do. You got to live your life. You got to take risk. You know, if you're always in a safe space and you're never trying to leave out of your comfort zone, how are you going to grow? How are you going to grow? Right? So Anya wants us to know your dreams are going to come true. Your chosen path is the right one for you. Heaven supports you fully on your mission. Your material needs, of course, are always taken care of. Take action steps towards the realization of your dream. Break your dream into achievable baby steps so that it's easier to start and keep going. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Leap of faith. Get out of your comfort zone. You know we got to bring in the past life into this, right? And so what past life is being affected by the full moon in Aquarius? All right? And so under the Aquarius energy, of course, we realize that you may isolate yourself and be distant from people and kind of a recluse. And this comes from being some type of spiritual, monk or a hermit or a nun in your past life. And so you kind of may not understand why you're just so withdrawn from people and it's hard to connect. And it's because you made a devout contract vow to whatever deity that you worshipped in that time to devote yourself to them. And so you're going to have to release those vows, right? Because also vows of poverty, financial issues, isolation issues, chastity, if you're having issues with sex, right? Not really enjoying it, or you're still a virgin. These bring in being undeserving, right? Or fearful of abundance. And so you're going to have to tell yourself, I hereby sever and release any vows that are self-destructive in all directions of time for everyone involved, right? And that'll help you release some of those emotions that you've been dealing with from past life. And last but not least, we have the beautiful crystal halite. This is a master cleanser. I always recommend when I pull a crystal that you use it. Either use it, get this picture, meditate on it, or actually buy the crystal if you have a chance to. Halite draws out impurities from your physical, energetic, and soul bodies. It dissolves old patterns, negative thoughts, and toxic emotions, promoting emotional well-being. Oh, I will be getting this crystal. Halite stimulates the meridians and grounds the healing properties of other crystals. Self-understanding. Subtle ties and influences may be affecting you more than you recognize. Unacknowledged feelings of abandonment or rejection or emotional neediness may underlie dis-ease. Detrimental energies picked up under the influence of drink or drugs could be affecting you, as could someone else's lustful or jealous feelings. But being spaced out and ungrounded also leaves you open to invasion by external forces. It's time for a thorough clear out in your life. Declutter your space, including your car. Detox your body and your mind, and try a juice fast for vitality. Regular detoxing and purification at all levels ensures well-being, as does being anchored on earth. Alright, and so if you never had any energy work done, if you haven't had your energy cleared before, I recommend that you work on clearing your energy. Okay? I recommend you work on clearing your chakras. I have candles. I have work for all of the above situations. I can help you clear all the energy, right? So, just remember that. So we need to work on clearing, right? All right, so this concludes our message for full moon in Aquarius. It was very direct. It was very real. I felt that. I got some work I got to do, right? I felt that with my soul. Okay? These were the beautiful cards that helped connect us and give us the message that we needed from the divine source. So, what'd you think about that reading? Them cards read us to filth, right? Them cards read us to filth, y'all. It's all good. So, I hope you enjoyed Full Moon in Aquarius. Don't forget to check out my website. I'm going through a whole bunch of transition and changes, so bear with me. To all my supporters, y'all been rocking with me. Y'all know that everything is changing for the better. So I just appreciate everybody being there, through everything. All my supporters, all my followers, thank you so much. My channel is growing, and I appreciate it. So click the link in the bio. I have a 5 free-part reading that I want you guys to take part in. It is awesome. It touches on so many different areas in your life: love, finance, energy, past life. So you're going to enjoy it. Also, at the end of the 5-part reading is a discount on my readings. Y'all know my readings start at $168, right? And so I have a discount that's damn near over 90% off my chakra work, which is $500, and my readings, which start off at $168. So please take advantage of these offers and opportunities that I want to give to you all. So that's my appreciation for you guys being there and just connecting with my energy. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next month.